legends are made. The first ever Pokemon Go World Champion is before your eyes. Years of trial, experience, and practice and work has led to this moment, and it is a beautiful one to see.
Welcome back for another amazing episode of the Third Shield Pokemon Go PvP podcast. Guys, today I have the very first official world champion of Pokemon Go. Dancing Rob is here with us today on the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, I'm Dancing Rob. Thanks, Daniel, for having me. I appreciate it. And yeah, let's have a good time.
All right, I'm very excited. Thank you so much for doing this because you are the first official champion, and I was a little bit worried, that we're not gonna be able to book you on because since you became the champion, your life probably changed. I mean, I heard that David Hasselhoff called a few times, and the reason I'm saying this, guys, by the way, David Hasselhoff, because where are you from, Rob, again?
I'm from Germany.
Exactly, and the first world champion is German, which is pretty awesome, to be honest with you, because I was really wondering who is going to be what nationality will be the first champion, and it's pretty cool to see that you were able to clinch that. And then, did anything change since you became the champion? Did Discord blow up? Did people start saying, let's go Germany, or let's go Rob, or anything like that?
Yeah, I had 250 Discord chats and a few Telegram, Twitter chats, stuff like that, and yeah, the people get to know me in my small village. I was able to meet the mayor and stuff like that. And it was a little bit in the media, but nothing too crazy.
That's awesome. Did you ever think that would actually happen by playing Pokemon?
Never. But
I know.
It's cool that Pokemon Go has come so far.
I know. I mean, 2 years ago, I had a podcast with Matthew, pvpoke.com, and the first podcast actually ever, exactly 2 years ago. Exactly 2 years ago, on the dot. It was in September, I believe. And we were talking about it that we would love this to become esports. And then look at this. Less than 2 years later, you actually have I'm sitting and talking. Well, technically I'm standing, but I'm talking to the world champion face to face, which is absolutely insane. Once you actually won, by the way, walk us through what happened afterwards. Was there I believe there was a ceremony, and then you had to do additional things for Pokemon or anything like that?
Yeah, exactly. I had to do some photos on the throne, and yeah, I got the trophy. I had to give some first interview autographs, photos with viewers and stuff like that, and yeah, which was basically how the day ended for me.
And not only that, but you also, did you get that? I don't know if I saw it right, but you got a champion's jacket that is not in the game, like in a person jacket too, or I said that, I saw that wrong. You didn't?
Not that I got a t-shirt.
Oh, t-shirt, okay.
But no jacket.
I saw it somewhere. Maybe it wasn't for Go, maybe it was for the other games, but there was a really awesome leather jacket that literally said World Championship on it. And I was like, dude, I need to win the championship just for that.
Probably in VGC then.
Yeah, probably. But you did get an in-game awesome trophy as well. So you were the only one flexing, right?
Yeah, me and the senior champion, Emmy Weedle, are the only guys who really have that trophy. And also, I think the outfit is also only to me. The official world champion outfit.
That's pretty insane. That alone is so valuable, guys, because think about it. Nobody can buy it and nobody can acquire it. That's it. It's done. That you can ever have it. It's almost like a NFT, like your own IP in the game that you own and nobody can take it away from you. It's pretty cool. And then is that what you used right now in Go Battle League when you battle?
Oh, I will never change it again next time.
Yeah.
Well, basically never.
Going into the World Championship, so have you done any other, well, obviously you have done other regionals, but which other regional you done that made you qualify for this one?
I was in the European International Championship in Frankfurt and was able also to go through the losers bracket and actually finished third, which was enough for an international.
Were you? So let's start with the international championship first. So when you're going into that one, What kind of mindset did you go in when you built the team? Were you practicing for it, and were you thinking that all right, I have a chance winning this, or you just went in and be like, let's do this?
It was more like, let's do this. And actually the day, like an hour before the whole thing started, I was changing up my team still. And yeah, I wasn't like expecting to win it all. We had like all big names in Europe at the international championship. And, like anyone could be able to win it. And actually, I was a bit surprised by like who got into the top 4. Also me. And yeah, it was just a crazy day. The game was a little bit laggy and not so consistent at this time too, which is why a lot of people were worried about. But it's actually pretty nice now. So yeah.
And not only that, but I believe when you did the EU championship, then the game worked differently mechanically, right? Because there was no guaranteed move coming through, right? So it was sneaking, non-sneaking, and all that.
It was actually a little bit advantageous for me, if I'm honest. Most of the time, at least. And yeah, there were games I probably won because of denying, and there were games that I probably lost because of getting denied, which sucked. But overall, yeah, I'm pretty happy now with how it is at the moment.
Yeah, I just want to bring up super quickly, guys. What we're talking about right now, in case you don't know or not familiar with it, is basically prior to the World Championship, or actually, the exact date is prior to the North American International Championship in Ohio. The way the game worked is that technically when you throw a charge move, it wasn't guaranteed that you will get the opponent will get a move or a fast move in return. And now the mechanic is that anytime you throw basically a charge move, the opponent will get a move as well. So that's what changed. And then it entirely changed how teams work, how Pokemons technically work, and when to throw an alignment or non-alignment and all that. The game changed entirely. But you like this better this way, right, Rob?
Yeah, I really like the consistent way. You can just like, you don't have to like pray that your win con is only to get the deny or stuff like that. It's just perfect how it is.
That's true, because I mean, think about it with a Talonflame. If you deny Talonflame 2 times, then the game is over already. Or if you sneak 2 times, the game is also over. But now that is all fixed. So technically, you have a coach/training partner, right?
For international championship, yeah, I was mostly talking to Stone Collection for that, but like nothing too crazy. Like my preparation for Frankfurt was more like having a good time, meeting everyone I haven't seen in the last 2 years, or basically ever for some of these. And yeah, that's like how I wasn't confident with the team all the time. But yeah, it worked out.
And casually won that championship.
Casually.
Yeah. And then now leading up to so once you won, did you think that, all right, World Championship, here we go? Did you walk in there and be like, all right, I have a chance winning this, or no?
Actually, I was stuck with university like 3 months before the World Championship, just because I had to get my thesis done. And yeah, that's what I focused on, like till the Tuesday, basically before the World Championship started on Friday for me. Yeah, so my only practice was like 1.5 hours with Thor Tactical that I asked to just like practice. And yeah, I basically looked like at a few practice cups. What do I feel like? What fits the meta? Play Pokemon I'm comfortable with, just to have like a chance to know the matchups, like playing what I'm comfortable with. And yeah, that's basically how my practice on preparation went for the World Championship.
So for example, I guess the secret, I should say, it's not a secret, but basically the what made you like really top quality battler is obviously the matchups, the counts, all the basics, but then on top of that, you were just really comfortable with the team, and then you were able to face whatever you had to face, right?
Yeah, the team for World Championship I built on that day with Thor Tactical, and besides putting the shadow on the Venusaur, I had regular Venusaur before. I changed nothing on Monday, and then like nothing else on Monday, and then like stayed with the team till the World Championship. And yeah, I was pretty confident with it.
And going in with the team, so when you face your opponents, do you usually just go ahead and read and think what the opponent might bring, or you in your mind you already have a core that you're generally gonna use based on your preference and team?
It's more like I'm just checking what Pokemon are good against him, like which are the most non-RPS one, which I'm confident like always running or safe swapping or trying to set up for sweep as closer or something like that. And yeah, then like there, if you want to predict your opponent, it's always just a chance, like 70% chance that he's gonna lead that or that. It's like not something I want to rely on most of the time. I just want to build a team of 3 with Pokemon that I feel like are good against him, that makes sense. And yeah, that's like basically how I want to read them.
That was a really good point. That if people are listening right now and just walk away with that sentence that you just said, I think they're already going to be a better battlers, because I think too many people try to basically they get stuck at one point, which is figuring out what's going to be the lead, and they want to win lead, and they build the whole team around it. So that's a really cool point that you actually shared with us.
Yeah, actually, the lead is probably the latest thing I'm gonna think about, just because I want to like build the coverage first for like having potentially bad lead or something like that.
That's a really good point. Honestly, it's a really good point, because anytime when I stream or even I post videos, most people literally comment about that. This game is all about just winning the lead. If you win the lead, obviously they are not at the championship level. But the point, what I'm trying to make is it's a huge misconception that people think out there. Of course, it's cool to win lead, but it doesn't mean you won because you won lead. You can still lose the match.
I always remember that one game at the World Championships where I led Shadow Swampert into Registeel, and besides being happy about winning the lead, in my head I was I was immediately like, he has to insta swap, and what he's gonna swap to, and if it's like the Venusaur from his side, then like my only chance is to like also instant swap and predicting him to swap, which is like exactly what I had to do in like these one turn in these 0.5 seconds just to win that game, to not be behind on the safe swap.
That already thinking ahead of a time just like that, but when you win Elite 2 is also very, very overwhelming.
Yeah, that's probably how you have to do if you want to win it.
Yeah, and so you became the World Championship, you got all this cool stuff coming out of it. What are you thinking of the next season? Are you going to pursue I guess season 2, honestly, because this is the second time you have this. So are you going to pursue in season 2 as well?
No. Oh, of course, I'll definitely try to defend my title in Japan, and I'm also happy that I already got the invite and also the travel award for it. And yeah, I'm definitely want to be at some tournaments. I'm not sure whether I want to play them or just spectate them, just be there for the community. And also I have to check with my university again how possible it is with the other European tournaments or maybe the international. But yeah, I'm definitely be at the 2 German ones in December and February. And yeah, besides that, I'm gonna try to watch the most of them if there's a stream or something like that. And yeah, just keep up with the season.
Wait, so if you're okay with it, can you walk us through, because I had no idea that you actually got ordered the rights to go to Japan. It makes sense, of course, but I didn't think it works like that. So would you mind walking us through what you actually got with the World Championship, all together, if that's okay with you?
They told me directly after I won that I was joking with now I really have to qualify for Japan and stuff like that, and they were like, well, of course you're there, you're the world champion. That's only one of the things that I actually got. Yeah, I got the prize money and a few stuff. I got champion bag and champion playmat a few cards that are probably exclusive to me. Of course, the trophy, yeah, some other stuff, which I can't think of right at the moment.
No, that's
There's
cool.
some
That's awesome.
T-shirts as well and stuff like that. I think I made a Twitter post with it, so you can look it up there if you're interested.
I will check it out. I will probably link it in to begin with into the video so you guys can see it too. Speaking of seeing, you guys know if you're listening on audio, we're also on video, so just want to point it out there. You can check the links below. And then, as far as like you getting into Pokemon Go, how did that come about?
Basically, it was like 2019 early, and I had some friends from university who were like, "Yeah, we all played it in 2016 in the summer, at least most of us, and yeah, they told me it's still cool and you should try it out and stuff like that." And yeah, then I basically started playing again, was thinking about what I should do. Of course, I was trying to like complete my Pokedex, catch many legendaries, catch many hundos, but yeah, basically I am from a small village, and there's like not so many stuff I can do with shiny hunting or hunting hundos, and so I was then basically I found out about Silph with a few friends who were still playing back then. Some of them also already quit, but most of them are still there. And yeah, we had fun at PvP, and like basically at the end of season 1 Silph, around Rainbow Cup or Nightmare thing, was in May or June. Yeah, I started going to the tournaments, and yeah, I had fun there.
Oh, that's awesome, and I like how you just jumped into it. And then obviously, so you had experience to Pokemon beforehand before you jumped into Pokemon Go, right?
Yeah, I played like all of the main series games since elementary school in 2009, and yeah, I started with Pokemon Platinum and Black and White with Gen 4 and Gen 5. But basically, since then, I'm always playing the main series generations, and I'm also excited for Scarlet and Violet.
Which one are you going to pick? Which side?
Actually, I'm not sure yet. I'll probably ask some friends what they are gonna pick and like try to compliment them with trading and stuff like that.
Good point. Yeah, good point. Are you going to try to? Do you do PvP as well in the main series, and are you trying to do VGC on the side as well, or no?
Only casually. I'm just like picking teams from top players and trying, my best with them. I'm not like thinking too deep into the VGC meta. Besides, I'm happy with Go.
Yeah, of course, I can see that too. But it would be pretty cool if you become the VGC champion, the Go champion, and then what was the Unite Triple Crown. That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, and also TCG, of course.
yeah, that too. I forgot. And as far as for the future, are you planning on what is there for you next? So obviously you're competing in the next championship, but is there anything else you're thinking to do in Pokemon Go?
Probably nothing too specific. I'm of course staying with PvP. That's like my passion at Pokemon Go, and yeah, besides that, I'm playing pretty casually, like sometimes going for shinies. Of course, playing most of the events, just mainly focusing on the PvP stuff. But yeah, I'm happy with how I play right now.
Well, we're happy to hear that you aren't going anywhere, so that's good to know. And as far as for people who are in Pokemon Go Battle League right now, so what would you recommend to them? Because I saw so many people asking that how could I compete at this tournament? So 2 questions. One is, if they're only knowing Go Battle League, how should someone jump from Go Battle League into one of these tournaments and maybe even have a chance? Like, what would you recommend to them if they have never done Silph Arena before?
I'm pretty sure they can do it. I think it's Axon who only played GBL before too, and he was like at the top of the leaderboards multiple times, also GBLA champion. And he was also able to adapt to Show 6. It's a little bit different because it's not as random as it is. Like you know they have to pick like one of the 6 Pokemon they have, and basically you can build around that, try to predict it a little bit more than in GBL. it's also not as frustrating if you get RPS and stuff like that. So yeah, basically, yeah, you always have a chance to play in Show 6. Sylph is also still there. Like if you want to try, there are lots of players who are also hosting tournaments in the Open Great League, which is the regionals format. And yeah, there's like no entry barrier for the regionals as well. Besides, you have to pay like $30 that it costs to like get the spot. But besides that, yeah, you can always try it.
Yeah, that's a good point. And as far as what would you like to see, if anything, in difference to maybe qualify to regionals or world championships? The qualification may be differently, like how people see it into it, maybe connected with Go Battle League or changes in Go Battle League, or would you want to see some sort of a connection or difference between the two, or are you happy with the way it works right now?
I think it's all right with how it is separated, just because it's a little bit too different with GBL and Show 6. Like if it works, I can see GBL maybe going a little bit into the Show 6 format, but the battles would take way more time, like thinking, preparation, and stuff like that, which is why I don't see it like in the near future. But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. And then, this was just the first season of the actual play Pokemon with Go Battle League, and let's just say it, guys, it was a hit because it actually outperformed all of VGC and TCG at some point throughout the tournament, with more views that we had on Twitch, which is absolutely insane. And it wasn't even that known. Like this is still the PvE players of Pokemon Go that I talk to locally, that I do raids. We have 100 people that we do raids with and all that all the time. And most of them didn't even know about it. And once I shared with them that this happened, they were like, how did I miss this? And they went back and watched the replay, for example. So my point is, there are still so many people who have no idea this thing actually exists and happening. So the reason I'm bringing this up, because what do you think about the future of the game? You know, like with the PvP and the being esports, where do you think where it's going and how far we could actually go?
That's actually a pretty good question that I also thought about a few times. And yeah, that I also talked about to some of my friends and also to some of the organizers there. And yeah, they definitely want to keep Pokemon Go and like trying to improve it. They are like thinking about something like doing a matchup points thing with how VGC works. Like you can also qualify for World Championship if you're like being third multiple times, but only the top two qualify. And like they're trying to improve there. Yeah, honestly, Pokemon Go PvP feels as an esports for me right now. Of course, there's missing a little bit of sponsoring or stuff like that, but that's something that the Pokemon Company International can still be up to. And yeah, I'll see a bright future for it at least. And I'm excited how Season 2 will be. It starts this weekend.
Same here. Very excited. I'm very excited. Where could people find you right now if they would want to get in touch with you or find you? Is there any place they can find you?
I'm actually thinking about starting streaming. I'm not sure whether I like the concept so far, just because I'm like a little bit shy and stuff like that, and like not used to something like that. But if they want to talk to me right now, they can always like write me on Twitter or better on Discord. And yeah, I'm also like in the main servers of Sylph and some of the bigger content creator servers where they can find me if they want to be in touch with me.
Perfect. We'll share all the information below, guys, as well. And then we would love to see you stream. That would be actually pretty awesome, because people would want to come and just learn things that you are doing and just see how you're actually doing. Well, it would be Go Battle League, of course, but to see how you're doing in Go Battle League, because that would be it would be awesome to see. Especially if Go Battle League would go into the way of Show 6, I would actually enjoy that. Maybe they have two different sections. Who knows? But the point is, the Show 6 would be pretty cool. I would like that idea. Maybe if since they're working with Sylph together, they could do, the challenge that you send to each trainer, to each other. Maybe that could be Show 6 at least, and then that way the Sylph tournament is already in that format instead of looking on the website,
I can see that too, but yeah, it's probably not of the things that we can expect in the next month or something like that. it's more of a dream.
Yes, exactly. Is there anything else you would like to share before we wrap this up?
Yeah, and like, do not. It's never too late to start. It's like basically the only thing I wanted to say. Like, I didn't play like the whole time Pokemon Go, and we still have like plenty of players in my local neighborhood who also started it lately. They are now up to like playing their first regionals in Stuttgart in December and something like that. And yeah, they also like pretty hyped. They are like having a kind of new meta now with the buffs and nerfs we had a few weeks, like 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it's basically pretty exciting, at least for me, how the next weeks and months will be, and also of course next August for the second World Championship.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And also really appreciated having you on the podcast, because I know you're busy and you're prepping for next season to defend the championship. And we will be rooting for you, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Rob, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I understand that you're busy and again, prepping for the next season. I cannot wait to actually see you and cheer you. And I really hope that on overseas, you're going to able to win this next championship.
Well, thanks for having me here, and thank you so much for the support. I'm also pretty excited how far it will be for me, and of course I'm trying to defend the title at least.
We're gonna cheer for you, so I'm very excited. And guys, make sure to check out Rob. All the information will be below. Get in touch with him, follow him. If he starts streaming, you don't want to miss it. And again, thank you so much for watching and listening, and I will catch you guys on the next episode.